Hey everyone, this is Ginger. We're just about to get started here. And I just want to say a quick hello. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm always worried about that microphone not working. But hello. Looks like we've got Deborah and Cheryl and oh, Nita. Hi, Nita. It's good to have you back with us. I know you had to take a hiatus for a while. Carol, Karen, hi. Hello from Texas. Karen, I'm in Texas too, so hello back to you from Texas. Wendy's here. All right. Julie. All right, everyone. Welcome. This is one very fun kickoff to a fabulous week-long party, and I'm so glad to have you all with me. All right. I'm still going to be able to scroll your comments, but let me give you a little hello wave if I can transfer over to the camera over here. Let me give you a little hello. Welcome, everybody. It's nice to have you with us. If you are new to our events, this is Queen & Company's live launch of our National Scrapbook Week celebration. And I've got all kinds of fun things to go through and talk about so that you'll all be in the know of all of the amazing things happening. More hellos from everybody. I don't have time to read off everyone's name, but I love all the hellos. Thank you. Sandy, I'm in Houston too, or at least part north of Houston. All right. Massachusetts, boy, we got Pennsylvania, we got everybody in the house tonight. Washington State, Southern California. All right. Well, welcome everyone. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me go back to my home screen. This is the live kickoff. And we have so much going on. I'm going to try to speak slow so you can understand, but also fast enough that we can get it all in, because we are going to first talk about new products, because of course that's maybe everyone's favorite part. But then we're going to talk about all of the amazing events that are going to be happening as part of our National Scrapbook Week. And I'll get into that schedule in detail just a little bit later. But I wanted you to know that after we talk about products, we are going to go through that schedule, and I'll help everyone know what's happening, where it's happening, what it is. It's going to be a whole week of exciting, fun things. So we'll get to that in just a bit. Other things I want to talk about just as we get going, and that's going to be that Wendy does have some amazing free gifts with purchase tonight. This one is our fun new little personal trash can for your desktop. It has a suction bottom, and vinyl cutters often use this to help weed their scraps, but it's perfect if you have a lot of little scraps while you're working. I use a lot of foam tape, and so the little back pieces of foam tape, it's just nice to have something real small, real handy that's easy to grab and put right by my hand. And I can get all the little things I need to throw away right into that little trash can. So that is a free with 50 item tonight. And then also, this amazing new sequence pack is also a free gift with purchase tonight. And so if you hit the threshold for the $125, then you also get this amazing sequence pack, and you'll see it in action. Most of the designers used it in the samples we're going to be looking at tonight. So first, just wanted to make sure you knew about those. Keep in mind that if you are going for with the free gifts, then that means you'll have to read the instructions on the website, but it does limit what you can use for redemptions and rewards. So make sure and check out the fine print on the website. But let's see. Comments. How do you use that trash can? I'll show you in a bit. I'll do a little demonstration as we're making cards later tonight. But basically, it's just a little tiny personal trash can. All right. So in terms of what we are going to be talking about tonight, we have some amazing new products launching, as we always do, right? I say that every time, right? But it's true every time. Tonight, we are launching the full specialty kit, Oh Baby. And if you have anyone in your life that might be expecting, this is going to be such a fun kit to be able to help them welcome their new little bundles of joy. And we have also 2 shaped card kits. You can kind of see one of them shown here. We have our bathtub, but we also have the baby bottle, which will be going along with the theme of our Oh Baby kit. We also have a fun set of stamps that is unique. It's not sentiments this time. It is faces. So we'll get a closer look at that in a minute. And then also foundation set, sorry, let me clear my throat. Foundation set 31. Woo, we're up to 31 now. Isn't that amazing? But we keep having fun new ideas of shapes that would be fun for card making. So we'll be digging. Sorry, I'm losing my voice already. I just came from my son's track practice where I help coach a little bit, and whew, it's dry and hot here still. Let me get my water bottle. There we go. Ooh, okay. So let's take a closer look at the Oh Baby kit. Let me pull up what's in that kit so you can get a look at it. All right, as usual, we have an entire full set of dies with lots of little pieces to help you make them customized and cute. Although you'll notice compared to maybe some of our most recent releases that the number of dies isn't as high in those little tiny details. This kit is a really great one for not having to cut out a million pieces to assemble. And you'll kind of see that as we look through samples. There's a lot of dies there because you have a lot of options, but you don't have to die cut, 15 different shapes in order to put these together. The most detailed one is our little bear that we'll show you in a minute, but it's an easier kit than some of the ones we've had recently. So if you're one of our customers who's like, oh, where's the easy kits? You might find this one's a little easier for you. Also, of course, a set of toppings in various types of sprinkles and pops and various colors that coordinate. You have your refill foam sets. You get 6 shapes in this kit, and you get 3 of each, along with the acetate covers that are pre-cut for you, a full stamp set that we'll look at closer in just a second, and of course our Oh Baby pattern paper. So let's look closer at the shapes in this kit. So you get your cute little bear resting, sleeping on the little moon with its cloud, which is my personal favorite shape from this kit. You get your old-fashioned baby stroller, and you get a stork, which of course you can customize that little bundle to whatever it is that you, whatever color you might want, and your Oh Baby shaker. And again, keeping it simpler, right? Only a couple dies, and if you wanted to, you could just get away with just using the base die. The O and Baby give you some color options if you want to customize your text on that shaker, but it's optional. And then you get your fun little baby girl dress and your baby boy overalls. And also, I want to point out that you also have this wonderful little die that gets put behind the clothes, the shaker clothes, but it's also a fun little onesie, which is just a great shape to have in general. So those are the shapes in this kit. Let's look at it in person. Let's go take a look. Okay. Nice to see, the concept art and things, but to see it in person is a much easier way to visualize what comes. Let me pull this kit over. Just like I was just showing you, your kit will come with your die guide to help you assemble and know which dies are what and where they go. There is the die guide, your foam shapes, and your acetate. And let's take a closer look at the paper pad. So, Oh Baby paper pad. You've got a fun selection of just a nice bright paper pad with some good pastels to make it easy to do baby cards, right? Some good tone on tones. And I've used a little bit of this paper pad, so they're not all in there, but I love this little heart pattern. You've got some fun little plaids in there and a fun argyle. So lots of fun options here to make those baby cards fast and easy. And I love this one. This is like a hexagon or honeycomb type. If I can bring it up closer. There you go. It makes a great background. And then another one of those plaids, this time in a pink. Some florals. Just some all-around great backdrop papers, and then those great tone-on-tones and colors that coordinate. Just exactly what we do here at Queen Company. Another fun set that can create all kinds of fun baby cards. And here's the stamp set. And I have a little color on there because I've been using it. But here's a closer look at the sentiments. I try to make sure that you get a good variety in here because, maybe you're not having a baby in your life. You might be well past that stage. I am. But perhaps you've got friends that are hitting that fun grandma or grandpa stage of life. And so we've got sentiments in there to cover all kinds of fun things. So congrats on your promotion too is the one that can get matched with grandpa or grandma. And then, or grandparents, should you wish to go that route. And congrats on your little cutie. So tiny, so small, so loved by all. Hello, baby. Goodbye, sleep. Boy, isn't that the truth. And congrats on your new tiny human. This one I've pulled the stamp off because we're going to use it in a little while. It's over in one of my bins for card making. But welcome to the world, sweet little one. A new baby girl. And this is one of my favorites. Awesome people make awesome babies. Congrats. And so the adventure begins. And congrats on your new grandchild. Another fun option. If it's their first time, you can do the promotion one, but many people are having their multiple grandkids. So showering you with love today, perfect for those baby showers. So happy for you, a new baby boy, special delivery, bundle of joy, welcome baby, heaven sent. and congratulations. So good fun variety of options there depending on what the situation is that you are congratulating somebody on their newest arrival. Okay, and like I mentioned before, there's a look at those toppings in colors that coordinate. You get 5 of them, and they come fuller than that. I've used a bunch of mine. And then just to get a better look at the dies, you can kind of get a feel for how big they are. That moon shape is a nice size shaker. And then you've got your, and you can see in here, I also have the outline dies. We'll talk about those in a second. So these large dies that coordinate are a separate purchase unless you're getting the bundle. But I'll talk about that in a minute. But there is the stroller. These are the clothes. So let me show you that fun little onesie here. Not a great die just to have, nice size. If you're using it with the overall set, you just kind of trim off the bottom a little bit so it doesn't show through. And if you're using it with the dress, then you leave it. But of course, you could use that separate as well. Oh, this one is the stork. I keep it in its bag. So your stork pieces and that Oh Baby shaker. So that is everything that comes in the kit. But of course, you can bundle it and get some of our add-ons. Let me show you what your options are there. You can, I think the bundle comes with an extra paper pad. I think the bundle for today actually includes several other fun things. You get the extra paper pad, you get the outline dies. I think it has extra toppings. You'll have to check on the website to make sure. Extra foam, but I think you also have the bathtub in there and the stamp set and Foundation 31. I'll have to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what's in there. So all kinds of fun things. So make sure that if you're picking up the baby kit and you think you might need some extra foam or some extra toppings or whatever, just know that's all available and you can go find that on the website or pick up the bundle and have it included. Okay, so that is the Oh Baby kit. That is launching tonight, but of course some companion kits to go with it. This one that you're looking at is the baby bottle shaped shaker card. So the idea behind a shaped shaker card is that you have a fast and easy way to make the shaker your entire card if you wish. Let me pull those dies up so you can see how big they are. It's approximately going to fill give or take, the entire front of an A2 card, or the vast majority of it, so that you don't have to fuss, unless you want to, with a fancy background design. You can assemble your beautiful shaker and add it with a sentiment to the front of your card, and you are good to go. So if you are a fan of fast and easy, your shaped shaker cards are probably one of your best tools, because you don't have to fuss with a design for your card, really. So there's that one, and you can see it comes with the 4 dies. Sorry, you get the outline die is included with the shape shaker kits, and then you also have the bottle pieces to do the nipple and the collar, as well as that decorative die that makes the top of the shaker. So it looks about like that when you're done. We'll take a look at some samples from our amazing, fabulous design team in a bit, and I believe you get 4 pieces of foam. I've got a few extra here, but that is the baby bottle shape shaker kit. And let's also talk about this fun, really fun and unique kit. This is the shaped card kit bathtub edition. It has a few extra dies in it because you need a few more in order to create the tub. Let me I have a sample of that handy. There's a sample that I made with that one. But it's really fun because you can have this cool retro bathtub, and it gives you the chance to be able to make it look like you're full of bubbles. You've got a bubbles die there. That really is a great way to make it look like you got a luxurious bubble bath there. And how cute. I mean, pink bathtub, I'm all about that. Almost 1950s vibes going on there. So you have your outline die. You have, this one is the inside piece that creates this inside of your tub. Dark pink is shown there. You've got your bathtub feet, your old-fashioned feet. You've got your faucet and extra foam pieces and acetate. I think you get 4 of each. And that's a really fun option that I'm glad that we included in this set, or in this release, because it's just unique, something a little different. And if you're wondering, well, how would you use a bathtub I want to let you know that for National Scrapbook Day, as soon as I'm done speaking, I will be posting this in our Facebook group. It is a freebie. Anyone can have it. You don't have to buy the bathtub set, but I think it will definitely work best with the bathtub set. But this is a set of free sentiments. You know, our shaped card kits, in order to keep the price low, we have dropped putting a stamp set in there. Many of you have a lot of stamp sets. For example, the baby bottle, you know, if you have baby clothesline or our original long time ago baby shaped shaker set, you have baby sentiments, probably lots of them, as well as other general congrats ones. So we didn't feel that one needed it. But with this one, check out some of the fun ideas here. This is what the, if you print it, this is what it will look like. And I've spaced them all out to make it easy so for you to grab one of our foundation dies and just die cut out your sentiment. But how fun are some of these sentiment options? Just as a freebie, just to make it fun and easier to use that bathtub and see other options. Let me put it with the tub. So, let the fact that you are loved soak in. Relax, it's your birthday. Life is better with bubbles. Soak away your troubles in a bath full of bubbles. Let the bubbles wash away your troubles. Enjoy some birthday bubbles. So there's a fun way to visualize how you might use this fun and cute little bathtub shaped card kit. So be looking for that if you are a member of our Facebook group. It's called Queen & Company Royalty. You can go to the tab at the top of the group and go to Files, and I will be posting that as soon as I am done talking to you all tonight. So if you're picking up the bathtub shaped card kit, be sure and go and pick that up too. This is kind of just a nice thank you for coming to watch the live. We like to occasionally put fun little surprises into the lives that if you're not watching them, you may not know about. But thanks for coming to watch. I appreciate that. That will be in there for you. Okay, let me grab my iPad again so I can catch up to your comments. Let's see. Splish splash. That's right, Kathleen. 1950s bathtub, definitely 1950s music too, right? It's perfect for that. Okay, let me pack that up and move it out of the way. Kathy asks, is the sale going live tonight? Yes, I believe it'll start as soon as I'm done speaking. Wendy will put that up as soon as I'm done introducing things, or maybe even before. She tends to sneak it in there sometimes. Okay, let's talk next about Foundation Set 31. Let me show you what it looks like. Let's see. There is the basic idea, and here are the dies themselves. Now this is a fun and unique set. Now I know that some of you are like, oh my goodness, how many more foundation die sets do we need? I don't know. I keep thinking we have a pretty good rounded amount, and I don't need any more, but then I'm like, ooh, but we could have fun with adding this shape or, you know, whatever. So in terms of how many more, I'm not sure. Probably at least a few more. We actually have a few more in the works beyond 31, but we'll probably be getting close to being finished sometime soon. I don't know. But I wanted to show you some of the fun features of this set that make it unique and different from others. I love, love, love this background piece. This background piece here is a nice large focal element, but it has some unique stitch marks around the edges to give you more texture and just a little different and unique from other ones we've done. Plus it's a different shape. This one here, I've had people ask about this, I don't know, maybe for the past 3 or 4 years. When are you going to have, you know, a 1/16 border piece? We've done others, you know, 3 has a nice, much larger, a smaller rectangle that gives you a much wider border. But if you are somebody that's been craving the ability to layer your fun little borders on the edge around your card, your edges, you're wanting that tiny little 1/16, well, you finally have it. After many requests, we've added it down to set 31. And if you like to, you know, double stack your layers, if you really love that little bit of a layer look, you're going to love this die. It's going to come in real handy for that. So that's what that one is. This one's just another great focal point piece. Looks a lot like a sign of some sort, but you'll see in some samples how our designers use that. It makes a great little home for a shaker. And then another great border. This is a fun little scallop, a little bit minier than the others we've done. A circle size that I just kept thinking, oh, I should add that. We need that circle size. And we don't have one that size. Every now and then, the ones we currently have are just a little too big, a little too small. Same thing with the sentiment strip. It is different. Many of our sentiment strips are longer than this one, or skinnier. And so I was like, I need a short but a little bit wider one. So that's been added. And then what I really think is kind of the main star of the show for set 31 are these two wavy pieces. This one is 4¼ inches long, so A2 in width, and this one is 5½ inches long, so it is A2 in length. And just wait till you see what the design team did with these. It is just time we needed some waves. It makes a great hill. It makes a great bit of grass. It makes a great little home if you're doing like a scene, especially an outdoor scene, a snow hill. But it also makes a great design element, and I'm super excited to show you what the design team did with those. Matter of fact, maybe we should go take a look at some of them. Yeah, let's go do that now. We'll come back to some of this other products in a minute. So here, let me put this here so I don't forget. We still need to talk about the face stamp sets. We'll get to that in a second. And then we also have our new foam refills. So we'll come back to those. Let's look at some samples. Let's see here. Okay, so there's the baby bottle kit. Oh, let me mention this too. Just like all of our sentiment, or all of our foundation die sets, this one does come with its own set of stamps, or not stamps, of sketches. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to talk too fast tonight. The set of sketches here for 31 is included with your purchase. And of course, we'll be incorporating 31 into our monthly sketches that come out at the beginning of each month. Okay, let's see here. So I'm going to start with going through some baby cards, and you'll see that our designers worked some of 31 into those cards. We're going to start mainly with Oh Baby that doesn't have 31, but we'll work our way towards that. Just trust me on that. Okay, so check out Mary Ann's adorable baby carriage. I love, love, love her use of the flowers in here. It just adds so much interest and texture, so pretty. And her ability to do colors that I just wouldn't normally have thought of and make it look just stunning is great. Another awesome example of Mary Ann working her magic there with that. And Greta, she's got her cute little stork. And I love how she took the cloud that is, technically from the teddy bear and moon shaker, and she used it here with her stork. Of course, you can mix and match. Very cute. This one's from me. And you can see that cloud shape again here being used with that shaker. And this is that sequence that is your free with purchase item tonight. Just one of the, I believe it's 8 colors, or is it 9? I'll have to count in a minute. But those new sequence packs make awesome toppings for this baby kit, as well as other kits, of course, but especially for the baby kit. Okay. And, oh, we already did that one. There we go. Another one from me. This is the baby carriage. I took the Endless backdrop. What is that? Endless 3, I think. And this is that new border here from 31. You can see we've had scallops before, but this one is smaller, tinier. And the holes in this one are not round. They're more of an elongated little tiny, tiny rectangle. And that just gives it a unique look, something different than we've done before. And again, more of that sequence in there. And I love that sentiment. Congrats on your new grandchild. I have friends headed to that category soon. I'm looking forward to being able to use this kit for that. All right. And Mary Ann. Here you can see she omitted the onesie that can go behind the dress, but it doesn't have to. And she's got this beautiful little baby girl card. This little bow is included in the dies for the kit, as well as that fun little scalloped trim. Another look at the teddy bear. Isn't that so cute? I love the sleeping teddy bear. So Greta and I actually did a similar layout, didn't we? And you can see that she's incorporated a bunch of stars, which I did too. Okay. Mary Ann, look at the Oh Baby shaker. You can see that she chose to keep her colors of O and Baby the same, but you don't have to. You can change them if you want. Or you could just cut it with just the pink or just the background piece and leave it all one, but this looks great together like that. One of my favorite sentiments from that kit. I like how she blinged out her rounded border down here at the bottom too, her scallops. Oh, I already did that one, sorry. There we go. Okay, here is Mary Ann's version of the overalls. How cute is this? I love that she took some of our more recent foundation die sets and really did a great job here just like layering them, right? I don't know if I would have thought to use this piece in this orientation. I always turn it the other way. So I love seeing what the design team comes up with, because they think of things I don't think of when I'm making it. I love seeing all of their creativity, as well as the customers in our Facebook group of what they decide to do with the shapes and the foundation dies. I love that she included the little die cut buttons too from foundation, I want to say 28. I have to look. All right, and of course, Marianne, she did a pink background card for her teddy bear. She's always great at those unique color combinations that surprise you. But her teddy bear is super cute, sleeping on its little white moon. How fun is that? Congrats on your new tiny human. So cute. And here's a stork from Marianne as well. So happy for you, Grandma. So she combined those two stamps, and that's just one of many combinations you can make to customize. Love how she pulled in the strong striped background and then, of course, blinged out her background too. All right, and let's look at some baby bottle cards. So there's the baby bottle dies. And look how fun. This one from Greta. She combined both Foundation 31, which you can see in this fun piece here, and then this little trim that she put underneath the collar of her bottle, as well as one of the dies from the Oh Baby kit. The baby word is from that kit. So a fun little combination of items all here. And of course, that fun new sequence. And one from Marianne. And look, she combined as well. Look how cute is it, her little sleeping teddy bear on the baby bottle. And she did the same thing with pulling in that fun little new wavy die from Foundation 31. And this, of course, is the new backdrop shape there. A large one. And a baby bottle here from Greta. Isn't this so cute? I love that she pulled in the stork. So you can see we did lots of combining of that baby bottle with the Oh Baby kit. So lots of great options if you pick up that baby bottle card and the Oh Baby kit to use them together. Super cute. Okay. And the bathtub. Look at this. Oh, Marianne, I love it. So she went to our Dog's Life kit and she's got her pup in the tub. Isn't that adorable? And she pulled in stamp. Let's see, would that one be from? Relax, renew, recuperate, everything else can wait. I think that one is from, oh, I'm going to have to rack my brain on that one. Can't remember. Maybe somebody can put it in the comments if they know. But it's adorable. I love her pup in the tub. That one you saw in person from me, but I used one of those printed sentiments that is going to be posted in the Facebook group for free. And so if you can see how it looks when you print it out and then die cut it out afterwards. Okay, how cute is this? Greta had the same idea as Marianne to use one of our animal shapes in the tub. And look at that giraffe. Isn't that just the cutest? Sending you extra love today. Isn't that just so cute with its fun little custom bubble bath? Adorable card and great idea. You can see also that Greta has actually pulled in one of the other products we haven't talked about yet, the stamp set for the eyes. We'll get to that, more of that in a minute. All right. And another one from Marianne, also with a pink bathtub and lots of pretty florals and lots of pretty bubbles. All kinds of cute things there. So, all right, let's go back and talk a little bit more about those other two products. Our stamp set first up. Stamp sets, I should say, because there is two of them. So for those of you that have bemoaned and hated the little tiny pieces that are included in many of our kits that have a animal or a person and have not been a fan of trying to finagle those little eyes, we have good news for you. By popular request, we are now making available these two face stamp sets. Set one here has your eyes, your glasses, your eyelashes, and set two has your mouth and eyebrows, whiskers, things like that. So this gives you a lot more options to be able to stamp your different faces as opposed to die cutting and then trying to place little tiny pieces. So hopefully that helps many of you out. We've sized them to be a good size for the majority of our shakers. So, it won't be everything. Like, for example, even the face on the teddy bear in the Oh Baby kit, it's smaller. So you could potentially use some of the smallest pieces. but you may find that you'd rather still use the dies on some things, although you'll find too that when we don't have a good size in this set, including our upcoming fairy tale kit, I've included actually a set of eyes, I believe, in that stamp, in with all the sentiments for the next kit. So if it's not here, we might kind of try to sneak it into a few other kits in the future. But generally speaking, this will probably cover 90-95% of our various animals or people that you might want to put a face on. So a really great option. Let me show you some samples from the design team with that. We saw the one already on the giraffe, but let's pull up one or two more. I've got a couple here from the team that were just so cute and creative too. Okay, so for size example, here's one from Linda, this really, really cute Triceratops card, and she has stamped the eyes and the mouth in order to simplify the die cutting of the face. And I love that the stamps give you that option for the little whites of the eyes to show through. So you don't even need to take a white pen and dot them if you use that particular stamp. What a cute card. And Linda, super creative here, she decided to make the eyeball stamps the feature here, right? So she's got her really cute Halloween card, and then she's gone in and stamped several of the eye sets all throughout her background here, which is adorable. Okay, and Linda again with this super cute chicken card. She has stamped everything but the nose. So even those little glasses, if you're wondering about the size, you can see how cute they are on this cute little chick. I love that she stamped them in red too. How cute is that? So the mouth, the eyes, and the glasses all from that new stamp sets. Okay, I think that's all I have for that right now. But we are going to get further into those stamp sets in other lives that we have coming as part of our National Scrapbook Week. D, glow-in-the-dark eyes would be cute on a Halloween background. Oh, what a great idea. That would be awesome. Oh, you can't see. I am so sorry. Let's try that again. I got to make sure I push all the right buttons. Okay. Triceratops card. Apologize for that. Sorry. Okay. Triceratops card. There you go. Linda's cute card. See the cute eyelash stamps? And I was saying that you didn't have to stamp the whites of the eyes because it has that little blank spot that shows the background through. So don't even need to do that. Okay. Halloween. Sorry, Linda again. Here's what she did with that background. Hopefully you could visualize it while I was talking. But the eyeballs there from various different sets in the stamp set, you can see generally that, you know, the sizes are similar, but you have some variation there. Okay. And back down here, here is the chicken card from Linda. So you get your eyeballs, you get your beautiful fun red glasses, and the mouth. I apologize that you couldn't see them for a while. Okay. Whew, sorry. Too many things to talk about and do all at once. All right. And let's do last but not least. Let's go take a look at our foam refills, which is a less exciting but still useful product. If you didn't get to see those on the screen while I was not showing you what I was talking about, there's a better look at the stamp sets. Isn't that a cute set of eyeglasses? Okay. There we go. You can see your eyebrows too. If you like our Halloween kits, you'll find that a lot of the eyebrows and mouths look great on, like, say, Frankenstein or our Dracula, pumpkin mouse, all kinds of things like that. So you'll see some similarities to those kits in the faces there. Okay, so what is this? This is plain foam double-sided adhesive, as well as a full set of acetate that is the same size. This is to help you with refills. We do have to, we can't carry every product we've ever released forever. Sorry, I pinched that, but yours won't have that. But if you find that you need more foam refills or more acetate and we don't carry it anymore, we have in the past carried a full 8.5 by 11 sheet of acetate and foam, double-sided sticky foam that you could die cut. But it gets cost prohibitive to ship large items like that. And so here you get half sheets, which is just the perfect size for sending through a personal die cut machine. And if you, let's see, let's pull up some dies to give an example here. Let's do the moon. If you need to create your own refills, then what you're going to do is the outline die would be what you would use to cut the acetate. And this, what we call the decorative die, or the stitch die usually, is what we would use to cut foam. Now, our foam in our kits is about twice the height or the thickness of the foam in the refill, but you can choose. Sometimes that's enough, depending on what type of topping, shaker topping you might put in there. If you've got sequins or something thin like sequins, then one layer might be enough. But otherwise, you can cut two and stack them. And so if you're looking for do-it-yourself refills and you've wondered why, if we discontinue one, what you can do, go look on the website. There are, I believe, 4 sheets, 4 sheets in each pack, as well as 4 matching acetate covers. One of the great things about outline dies is that it makes it easy to recut those acetate covers. Now, if you don't have the outline dies, that's okay. You can still take the piece here and trace it. You might want to just cut it out of a blank piece of cardstock, something scrap, and then trace that, and then you could fussy cut your own acetate. Not as easy, but it definitely works, and I've definitely done it plenty of times myself. Sometimes we don't always have the outline dies when we're testing things, so I have plenty of experience in fussy cutting out acetate or a background piece for a shaker. It works, it's just not as fun. Okay. So there we go. Whew, I think we made it through all of the new products, except for maybe I should show you up close the sequins, the free with purchase sequins. And we'll look at the trash can too. So this is an amazing set of sequins, and it's perfect because it's not super bulky, and yet it's also heavyweight enough that it shakes around inside the shakers real well. Static cling isn't too bad, although you may want to treat for static cling before you put your acetate cover on. And the sparkle is just phenomenal, and it looks amazing in all the samples that the design team worked with. So if you're looking about whether or not it's worth it to spring for the free with 150 item, I think it's worth it. They're amazing. Okay, and then last, I don't have a logo on mine, but this is the little fun trash can, and it is just made out of silicone, and it will stick if you put your finger inside and push down. Let me zoom in. It will stick onto your workspace, and it may not stay that way forever, but it'll stay for a while. And then you can use it just as your quickly little tiny pieces. Like for example, if you've got our foam, you're going to be pulling up that acetate, or excuse me, the adhesive liner, and then you can just throw it in there instead of having it have to go to your trash can. I have a trash can near my feet, and then it's close by. But if I just need if I don't want to reach down there, if I just want to do a few things in a row and not have the little pieces go everywhere, I find something not personal on my desktop is nice. If you want to empty it, it does just flip inside out, and you can just empty it that way. So, free with 50. Very fun. And yours will have the Queen & Company logo on it instead of like my prototype. Okay. Let's see here. Let's talk for a bit about National Scrapbook Week. Actually, wait. I do have a few more samples. We'll go fast. This is to showcase 31. So all of these next cards, you'll see some fun elements from Foundation 31. Here is a look at what you can do with those wave elements, as well as the border from 31. Another look at that border, and then wave, almost used as if it's almost like a hill in the background, because Greta has set a bit of a scene here with the clouds, and almost like a sun in her star, kind of cute. Got great elements going on there for movement. How about this from Linda? Isn't this very sweet? She used our summer loving kit, and then she's almost got like a little, almost like grassy hill for her picnic. Isn't that cute? Look at those flowers coming out of the basket. Oh, so pretty. Okay. And one from me, another better look at the, quite full size of that new large accent die. And let's see. There we go. Another look at that same die cut there along with the border. And you can see what a nice home it makes to put in one of those shakers, or a non-shaker too. Okay, and then this one is that kind of smaller little focal point die. It has that fun new edge that we've added to many of our latest foundation die sets where it has the dotted stitching instead of the like sewing stitch marks, as well as an embossed line around the edges. And then also, of course, that border die and that smaller, but yet still a little bit wider than other ones, sentiment strip. And here's another look at that wavy die here from Greta on her tiny human card. I love the colors there. Pretty. And I love what Greta did here, where she took those wavy pieces and then she flipped one over so that they would just kind of give a little, what would you call that? A little border in between them, a little wavy border between them. And of course, she's got that scalloped border on here as well. Very sweet. Okay. And this one too. I think this one is from Linda. Isn't that beautiful? I love how she also added some of these vellum clouds. Isn't that cute? But then she kind of did a similar thing here where she flipped one opposite the other so that you kind of had this fun little channel going in between the two die cuts. Isn't that really sweet? Love it. Okay. So closer look, there's your free with 50. There's your free with 125. Okay, so I think we covered them all, right? Whew, all the new products. Okay, let's talk about National Scrapbook Week for a minute. So after I'm done talking at about what would be 8 my time, and that would be 6 Pacific time, the amazing and super fun National Scrapbook Day or Week, we're calling it a week because we're doing a whole week. One day was too short to fit everything in that we wanted to do. So our National Scrapbook Week card and layout contest or project contest, anything papercraft is fair game. So this will be posted in the Facebook group, and it's one of my favorite parts of the celebration because we always get great participation, tons of ideas being posted in the Facebook group from you amazing, wonderful customers that are so creative. And this time we've actually upped the winner total. Instead of a $10 gift card, we will have $15 gift cards and 10 winners. And 5 of them will just be randomly selected. And 5, after the contest closes, you'll have 2 days to go through and vote. So we will vote for 5 winners, and then 5 others will be randomly selected. It's too hard to choose winners. Like, everyone is talented and creative and posts such amazing things that we'll let you guys vote to pick some of them, but we want to make it random too, because there is so much goodness and creativity and talent that having a chance to be able to randomly select gives us a chance to showcase everyone that way. Okay, couple of questions. Let's see, where did the vellum clouds come from on Linda's? The cloud looks like the die in foundation set 27, but I'm not sure if she used a patterned vellum to do that or if she just embossed it herself, but maybe Linda can chime in there. Oh, good. Yeah, Linda is here. Okay. So yes, when she found out Hobby Lobby. Okay. Let's see. How do you become a design team member? Right now, that's invitation only. We have a small group right now. We're a small company, but Wendy has a great eye for watching and seeing what talent is out there, and then if it fits the right niche for what we feel like we might have a gap in our current design team, then sometimes she is able to invite people to join. Okay, let's see here. Let's talk about the schedule. So you're here at the first event on the schedule. This is the kickoff and class. We are going to make a couple cards here in a bit. And then also right afterwards, the contest, the card making or the scrapbook layout making or any other paper crafting contest is posted. You will have a bunch of fun ideas. And we try to make it easy to participate. We give you different options that you can choose from, but they're very broad and versatile. You have options to be able to work with our sketches, to work with any of our die cutting guides, as well as other various challenges that you'll see posted here in just a bit. We hope they help spark ideas for what you might want to make, and just give you a chance to maybe try something new that you haven't done before. So that will be posted very soon. And I certainly hope you'll participate. It's one of the best parts of the week. And if you can't participate, that's okay. We do have other ways that you can do that coming up. So let's talk about tomorrow. So tomorrow we will be posting a new die cutting guide. I know that is a popular item, and there will be, usually for events like this, we try to make sure that you have one. Okay, so a new one posted tomorrow. Also, on Friday, we will be posting our grand prize giveaway. So we've got some fun Queen and Company gift cards that we will be giving away. And we'll be posting those actually throughout the weekend. But on Friday, we'll be posting the largest one, which is $75. And all you have to do is answer that question between now and when our week is over on following Wednesday, so a week from today. And we will randomly select winners off of all of our prize giveaways. So watch the Facebook group. You can see here, I put it on Saturday. Most of them will be posted Saturday, but the grand prize will be posted on Friday. Marianne has a fabulous class where she will be demonstrating some of our fun new ideas, focusing mainly on our shaped card kits that are launching, but probably mixing in, as she always does, lots of other fun things too. This is all Pacific time, by the way, if you're looking at the schedule, 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then Sunday, you can just hang out and enjoy, entering any of the giveaways that you didn't catch on Saturday, commenting on the cards posted in the gallery, working on your own creations to post to the contest. Sunday is just a day to jump in however you want to jump in. Monday, I have a special edition set of National Scrapbook Day sketches that will be released using our fabulous foundation dies. It is one of our free gifts to you this week, along with the die cutting guide. And then Tuesday, that will be me coming back. I am super excited about this workshop. I have been working on ideas for it and things that I wanted to share with you for literally months. If you love foundation dies, or if you're curious about using foundation dies, even if you've never done them before, this is the class for you. We'll be talking about the new set 31, but we'll also just be talking about how everything in the foundation die set works with everything in the foundation die set, as well as giving you some fun new free resources to help you organize and visualize what you have. We have so many sets now that I really felt it was time for some printables to help you stay organized with those. And so we'll be talking about all of that Tuesday night live with me. I'm super excited. I hope you guys will join me for that. It's going to be Tip City. That's what we'll be doing there. And then a week from today, that is when all of our contests and prize giveaways will close. If you're working on cards, that's the deadline. You want to make sure and get those in. Starting Friday, people can go post their likes on our contest post. You post your image on the contest post, and then people can hit the like button. And you can like as many contest entries as you like, but we'll be encouraging everyone on Thursday and Friday to go through and do that so we can get our winners selected and announced on Saturday. So it says Monday here, but I believe we're going to try to announce them on Saturday. So Thursday, that's just the voting, which will go for the next couple of days there. So, quite a schedule, all kinds of fun things happening almost daily. All right. Let's go ahead and make some cards, huh? Let's go back over to my desk. And if you're wondering, I do have a sneak peek. So if you stick around for the card making, you will get a chance to see a sneak peek at something coming up here in just a bit. Okay. Let's do, actually, you know what? Real quick, let me just show you what you want to be looking for. If you're in our royalty group, this is what you're going to be watching for in terms of our giveaways. They'll look about like that. They all look similar, but they'll be different amounts. And they'll be asking a question that you have to answer in a comment, so I can have a random comment as a winner. We will also be looking for our Queen of Comments and Queen of the Crop. Don't you love my ugly handwriting? Maybe you guys love your handwriting. I don't, but I wanted to remind myself to say this. Queen of Comments. Maybe you're like, I have a busy week ahead. I'm not going to have time to make anything to enter the card or layout contest, but we will be rewarding our Queen of Comments is somebody who's just happily leaving lots of praise and love on the projects that are displayed in the Facebook group. We all love to have a chance to know that people are appreciating our hard work. So if you enjoy just simply letting people know that their work is lovely, this is the contest for you. Also, Queen of the Crop. We'll be looking for somebody who is a prolific cropper, creating projects, posting projects. It'll be random. Both of these, it's not about who does the most. It'll just be, did somebody catch our attention as doing a lot of that? a lot of praising, a lot of creating, and we will be randomly selecting from those that have caught our eye as Queen of Comments and Queen of the Crop. So watch for those things coming up throughout the weekend. Okay, let's do a card. Let me zoom out just a bit. You can see here. Okay, so we're going to be using both Foundation 31 and the Oh Baby kit to create a fun little card here. Let me get my background pieces. I have already pre-assembled the shaker, and I decided to go with some kind of boyish colors for that. And I've mixed in some of the toppings from the kit. I've got some of these fun little sparkle squares in navy, as well as some of the sprinkles in an aqua. And then I took that sequence pack in blue and mixed those in together, which I thought was really pretty and stunning. So I already pre-made that, and I did my die cutting pre-done too. But this is one of our background, sorry, I think it's background dies. And I'm going to add that for a little bit of extra texture in our background to our card front. And then I kind of wanted to show you how fun and easy it is to use these new wavy dies in Foundations 31. So let me show you how those come together. They're fun because you can use one and create your hilltop or your snowbank or just a design element. But you can also, when you layer them, you have fun options depending on how close together you post or you adhere your layers, as well as, you know, what different pattern papers or colored cardstock you cut them out of. All different kinds of looks. All right, backdrop in place. All right, so let me show you what I've done here. So you can see that I didn't always cut the full amount. I'm going to have just a little tiny bit of this particular kind of marigold color or mustard color showing. So I just lined it up with the edge of my paper and I let the die go over. I didn't want to waste too much of this paper. I knew it was just a small amount going to be showing. So let's go ahead and glue that right onto my navy piece. The waves just add a fun new visual that we haven't really had before in the foundation dies. A different way to lead the eye across your page and add that visual interest in a way that is unique to the foundation dies. So I'm glad we finally got around to that because it was needed. Okay, so those two layer together. And you can see this one too. I also cut just on the edge of my paper. I knew I didn't need it the full thing. So let's go ahead and add it on top. And you'll see how just a tiny bit of that marigold color, mustard colored paper is going to show just a little bit. So I've got variation in the thicknesses of my waves, right? I've got a nice fat one at the bottom, real skinny one, and then kind of a medium small one. And we're going to go ahead and actually add that along the upper right-hand side, or just the right-hand side of our card. Let's get that glued down. And you'll be able to see just how much visual movement it does create to have those waves along the side there in different contrasting colors. Okay. We'll line it up there. I would love to have you post in the comments the answer to a question I've been asking myself. I've been doing lots of music lately while I've been crafting, and it made me curious. Do any of you like to listen to music or podcast or TV, movies while you're working? If you'd post that in the comments, I would love to read them. And also, what do you like to listen to while you work or watch? Okay, and then this is going to go almost to the edge. This is just from Foundation 8, just a little skinny border, kind of just to help anchor our waves just a little bit, visual anchor. Okay. Now you could, create your card here in landscapes instead of just portrait, but this particular one, we're going to do portrait. But before we start adding our shaker, this is the circle, the new circle size in Foundation 31. It's in between other circles we've done. Let's see here. We're going to kind of create a little bit of a home for our shaker. I don't want it to float too much. I want it to feel like it has an anchor point. Move it up just a bit though. This one on the side may not make sense until I put my stars on, but it's going to kind of help anchor a star that will go there. Let's go ahead and add these circles now. Okay, that'll give us a nice home for some stars we have, as well as to help visually anchor our shaker. You know, there is a time and place where it does work to kind of to have a shaker or an element kind of floating like that. But for me personally, it depends on the situation. And for this one, I felt like it just called for some anchors. So we're going to use circles for that. Okay. There we go. All right, let's add that shaker. With some liquid glue. All right, sorry about the glare. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. Maybe I can. Well, those overhead lights create a little bit of glare. Sorry about that. Okay, get that right where I want it and make sure it adheres all the way down. Or just a touch. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, remember how I mentioned home for stars? This is going to be my little set of embellishments and accents. I've already die cut out stars in various sizes. And this one is going to kind of go over that circle there. And this little one go kind of over this circle here, about here. I told you that the little navy circle will make a little more sense once we get our stars on there. Also, have a few buttons that we'll add to the stars. And then I also have two that are going to kind of go down here. About like that. But first, let me stamp the sentiment. I haven't done that yet, so I'm going to set this aside just a bit. I've used foundation set 20. Pretty sure that's 20. Let me look. Either 20 or 21, but I think it's 20. To cut out a little sentiment banner piece. We're going to stamp in some blue ink here onto that. Here is my little stamping platform. If you don't have a platform of some sort, I do recommend them. They sure come in handy. Okay. Let's make sure I've got that lined up right. This stamp says, "Welcome to the world, sweet little one." Thought that went with the "Oh baby" really nicely. Okay. I have a little bit of adhesive tape underneath there, so I don't always need the magnets, but I think we'll use them this time just in case. There we go. All right. And let's grab some navy ink. Good one. Get that inked up and going. With a stamping platform, I don't think I could live without it because I've never been good at like stamping perfect on the first try. Well, that one did pretty good. Maybe we'll go with it. But I would say about 95% of the time I stamp it twice. But yeah, that one worked out well. Good. All right. Now, let's go ahead and use some foam tape to pop up a few of our elements. Straighten that up just a bit. It's going to go right down here. Okay. Can you tell us, okay, Benita, can you tell us what the name of the platform is? Okay, from We Are Memory Keepers, this is the mini, oh, I'm going to lose my, I know a bunch of you know, I've mentioned it many times before. Post it in the group for Benita. It's the mini precision press, right? From We Are Memory Keepers. There we go. I remembered. Okay. And I do like it. You know, they have a regular full-sized one. It's probably about 6 or 7 inches square. I don't like it as much. The mechanism is different. On the corners here, you've got springs that help you move the platform up and down. And the regular full-size one has more of like a silicone ball that pushes down, but I don't like the mechanism as much. I feel like this one, mini one, works better. So as long as you're okay with the small real estate, the mini is by far the best, if you ask me. Okay. Yep, cleaned up. Okay. Here is my trusty foam tape. Looks like ordering is happening. So Wendy must have made the sale go live. All right. A little foam tape behind our sentiment. And we'll get that popped up there on the edge. How many of you like colored ink for your sentiments? I'm a little bit addicted, I think. But sometimes there's a good place for just plain solid black. How many of you, though, like to match the color of your ink to your card? Post that in the comments as well. All right. I think that's straight. Looks good. All right, and let's pop up a few of those stars and add our buttons. And this card will be done. Thanks for hanging out so long. I know we had a lot to go through because it's National Scrapbook Week that we don't normally have when I do my lives. So I know you guys have been here for a while. Thank you. Appreciate it. After this, I do have just a little example of how we can use the baby kit for baby favors. So we'll finish up this card, but then we will go and we will make a little like a baby shower favor. I'll show you how cute and easy it is to take some of the shapes in this kit and use them for things like that beyond just card making. Also would be really cute on a scrapbook layout too. A lot of these shapes would be adorable. That little bear sleeping on the moon would be so cute on a scrapbook layout about nap time. I know I used to sneak pictures of nap time when my kids were little. Okay. See, I didn't even pull it forward. This is the perfect time to be using my little scrap trash can, because I put the little scraps on my desk and then they go flying when I walk by, or they stick to me and I find that I'm wearing them in public, or all kinds of stuff like that. So this is my way to save myself from that. If I can get it to stick down. It doesn't stick as well onto my mat as it does onto my table, but it works. Okay, now I've got just a little bit of liquid glue. I'm going to add some buttons right to the center of some of my stars here. And since this is a baby boy card, probably won't add any bling beyond that. Just a little hint of these little baby blue buttons to form a visual triangle around the card and help move the eye across it. I used to use glue dots with liquid glue, but it seems like over time, sometimes they would kind of almost melt off. So I've gone to just using my favorite trusty liquid glue. It takes a little longer to dry. Oh, that one's going to need it around the edges in order to stay put. It tends to do the trick long term a little better. All right. Aim the buttonholes a little bit. Oh, ran away. I want the buttonholes to go more like that. Stay. All right, and there you have it. Oh baby, isn't that cute? Okay, and that oh baby shaker is like the easiest thing to put together. Love how easy that one is. Okay, let's do a little favor, and then I will show you my sneak peek. And then that will be it until tomorrow's die cutting guide is posted. Unless, of course, you want to go over to the Facebook group. There goes my voice again. And check out the contest right after this. You might see it's past the hour. Yep, so it's already been posted. It should have automatically posted. All right. This won't take very long, though. A long time ago, I think back in 2020, Queen & Company had a little gift-giving set of dies that we did. And I've used that in order to cut out this little box, which I'm going to assemble real fast. It is... Actually, we'll do the sides first. It makes such a cute little treat box. I'll show you how it comes together here. It has sadly been discontinued, but I know that some of you have been with us a long time, so you may have it. If not, there's other templates out there that you can find on Pinterest or online to help you create something similar box-wise. So I'm just going to quickly wrap the sides up to our sweet little round box. I've just used some plain craft cardstock for this. I'm just going to hold it for a minute while it's drying. Those little tabs have to curve around the edge there and stay in place for just a minute, long enough to dry. Okay, let's do the same thing on this side. I took the glue up a little too far on the other side, though. I'll wipe that off. Take it to my trusty baby wipes over here off screen. Okay, so let's fold those tabs in. And we'll finish assembling this side of our little treat box. Hold. Nothing like waiting for glue to dry on live Facebook, right? Facebook Live. Okay. We'll hold on to that for a minute. But then I wanted to show you how this will come together. After I get that glued on, we'll then be just taking one of these shakers already pre-assembled. This is the little girl dress. And we'll be adding it to the front of our treat box like that. So let's glue this side in. And then we can get it decorated and I can show you our sneak peek. Okay. And I certainly do hope you will go check out the card contest after this. There is all kinds of fun ways you can participate, all kinds of great ways that you can join in the fun this week. And it's just such a wonderful time to see what everyone is creating, as well as a chance, sorry, there goes my voice again, to maybe take home some prizes, so some gift cards. Okay. We'll add our last bit of glue here to our tabs. Get this gift box put together. Liquid glue, I find, really is, I have to grab my water again, really is the best. Sorry about that. Whew. It's that time of year in Texas where the weather changes on a dime, and that tends to make me lose my voice sometimes. In Texas, the pine trees sometimes put out tons of pollen and turn everything green. That's not my favorite. I think that's probably done for this year. Okay. Last side. So what is your favorite item that we're releasing today? You get the chance, post that in the chat as well. Is it the Oh Baby kit? Is it the Foundation 31? Is it the bathtub? The baby bottle? Maybe it's the foam refills? Maybe it's the stamp sets, the face stamp sets? Certainly going to make life easier. Those stamp sets. All right. All right, that should be about dry. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of foam tape to pop up these layers. I'm going to have this fun bright yellow on top of our cute little hexagon background. You can see the heart there are also cute. I almost hate to cover them up. All right, and I'll quickly add this here to our fun scallops. I think this scallop is from Foundation Set 6, pretty sure, and this circle is from Foundation Set 1. I still pull out Set 1 fairly frequently. The one that started it all. 1 and 2 came together. Those were the first ones that we decided to try. Not sure how that would turn out. And now here we are at 31. Hard to believe. But boy, don't they make card making so much more fun and easy. Okay, let's get my hearts going right side up. All right. Add that right to the front of our cute little treat box. Then I'm also going to put a piece of foam tape just on the back of the little dress and get it where it needs to be. All right. See, I keep forgetting my trash can. It's right in front of me and I still didn't remember it. There we go. Okay. And our little onesie. Get that centered on there. All right. Not quite centered. Try that again. There we go, about there. All right. Now, if you want to, you could even like die cut a little tag. Use this stamp set in this kit to create a little tag that you could hang off of a piece of, say, baker's twine or something on the handle. It could say welcome baby or whatever, but how cute would that be as a little treat box? A little bit of tissue paper in there with maybe some chocolate or something. And you know, a shaker might be overkill if you have a large group. Maybe you make the shaker just for the mom-to-be and then a non-shaker version for everybody else or something like that. But anyhow, lots of good options there. So those are my 2 projects for today. And as promised, let me pull up my little sneak peek. I know that you have seen hints of it on the website. We have a new Endless kit coming out. It will be called Endless Sympathy. If you're looking for ways to make a beautiful sympathy card, this is a look at what the large stamp set and large dies and background dies in the Endless Sympathy kit will look like. Let me zoom out just a bit. It has a beautiful paper pad to go with it, with just the right amount of kind of florals and purples and teals to make it easy to create a heartfelt sympathy card. It's never fun to have to make that, but it's nice to know you have a way to help somebody feel better. I think many of you have heard me mention before that my son is on a Special Olympics team, and just last week, one of his teammates just passed away. And so I've already enjoyed the fact that I had some supplies to be able to make a very heartfelt sympathy card for that dear family. So I wish we didn't need it, but I'm grateful that it gives us a chance to show love when we do. So coming soon, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, towards the end of May, middle to end of May, I believe is the timeline on that. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to have fun going through and scrolling through all of your comments. And actually, you know what? Before we say completely goodbye, let me pull up the schedule one more time just so you can be sure you know everything that's happening. But thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for checking out our fun new products. I hope you really enjoy them, and I hope you jump into all of the festivities for National Scrapbook Week. And I hope that you have a lot of fun doing that. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the Facebook group. Remember that if you are interested in the tub kit, that you are going to want to hop over to the royalty group. Just any minute now, I will go over there and post this in the file section if you want your free printables of the bathtub sentiments. So all of you have a absolutely wonderful night. Thanks again for being here, and I will talk to you all soon. Good night.